All right, so I wanted to take some time to talk about something that I'm learning right now, and that is how do you keep track of all this information that you're supposed to be keeping track of when you make an aquarium? You got all the tests for the water, the values, the fish you put in, when you put them in, if they're in quarantine, how long have they been in quarantine, all this stuff. So, I went looking around and people keep logs and some people write it in a notebook and stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about some of the ways that I'm doing it on my computer and just kind of share what I've come up with on my own and from reading around the net and see what you think and maybe it'll help everybody else out too. So I use a program called OneNote. You don't have to use that, but it's basically a program part of Microsoft Office, and it allows you to create notebooks, right? And so I've got different notebooks. See, I've got my Vivarium and Aquarium notebook, and then there's some information architecture, that's work stuff, but basically this is the one that I'm looking at right now. Obviously, that's what we're talking about. And you can see I've got a couple of different tabs, right? You can think of these as like tabs in a notebook. To-dos, my Vivarium and who's in it, real quick, my other Vivarium and who's in it, my Palu, 55 Aquarium, which we're going to talk about, and my 5-gallon Eclipse. And basically, I've got them all set up the same. I've got a couple of different pages in each one, and so we'll go through it. And each page kind of represents a new thing. So I've got a little, about this project kind of thing, and the main reason why I have that here is it's not like I don't know what my project's about or I'm going to forget it, but a lot of times you're on a forum or something like that and you're trying to tell people what you're doing and how you're doing it. You tend to write the same stuff over and over again. So I figure I'd come here, put it in a nice paragraph or two about what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, why I'm doing it, and then I can basically cut and paste that stuff in there so I can keep track of that stuff. I also have a page called Aquarium History. All right, when we look at that one, this is the one that I'm in a lot, and basically it's just a table that lets me know the date, the test values if I'm testing for ammonia, nitrate, or pH, and any actions that I've taken on that day. So I may not test; I may just have actions there, like I added water to the soil. This is when I started the tank, all the way down to yesterday when I tested for zero point 0.5 parts per million on ammonia. When I added my plants, things of that nature. So it gives me a good history of what's going on when I did it, and maybe I can use that to help troubleshoot something when I got a problem with the tank. The other tab I have that I haven't started working on yet is growth history. So in here, I would actually put some pictures of the tank from beginning to end. I'm going to start doing that real soon because I just finished planting it all. So, and then I've got a list of flora. So this is, I think, a little bit more the geek in me than anything else. But what I did was I wanted to list out my plants, the genus, the common names, the date I introduced it, as well as any additional notes that I want to put that I feel have some bearing on it. So, this is pretty neat because it gives me a good shot on what I've got. And I made my plant list out of this, and then I just basically filled in the dates for when I introduced it. After that is the fauna, so I'm working on that right now. It's the kind of animals that I want to put in there, obviously the fish in this case. So we'll see how that gets filled out as time goes on. But that's basically it. I just wanted to, give people a little insight into how I'm keeping track of some of this stuff, and maybe it might give you some ideas of your own on how to do it. You don't have to use OneNote. You could use Word or some other, even Notepad even would work. But that's about it. Hope it helps. Thanks. Bye.